ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a long-awaited video. Just kind of spur of the moment idea came to my head, figured I'd record it, and well, without further ado, let's get started. So, for those of you who know my channel, welcome back. For those of you who don't, obviously on this channel I talk about various things: philosophy and inherently logic, religion or theology, whatever anyone wants to call it, symbolism. We discuss universal law, we discuss all sorts of fun stuff around here, conceptual ideas, facts, history, all sorts of stuff, right? And I was thinking about the word capital, right? So you've got your word capital, and everyone seems to associate it with certain things, and based on those associations, a bunch of things came into my head all at once, right? So first off, when you're talking about capital in terms of finance, what is that saying, right? In terms of money, or you could call it resource or power or whatever you want. Capital, in a way, applies towards surplus, right? Hence, when you have capital, it's getting ahead, right? Starting with capital, starting ahead of the game. But you take that getting ahead and break it down, and there's obviously a little more wordplay there, right? As in getting ahead, acquiring a brain. Now you're thinking, right? The light bulb came on. Light bulb came on, as in on. The light, the city of the sun, yada yada yada. Also known as enlightenment, right? And we see that in that upward pointing 5-pointed star, what I call the pentacle, as opposed to the pentagram, right? But of course, with the pentacle comes its inversion, and you get the pentagram. Well, just some little language, little wordplay on what it means to go down in finances, right? We know this as debt, liability, or more wordplay, ability. The ability to lie. For those of you who don't remember, throat chakra deals with truth. And it's funny how if you rearrange the letters on truth, you get a weird spelling of throat if you pronounce it weird. But we're talking weird phonetics and of course speculation at that, but it is kind of funny. But we also call this falling behind, right? So like, let's say this is your rent line. If you pay every month on the 1st or the 4th or the 5th or whatever fucking day, you pay your rent, same time of the month every time, you never fall behind, right? Nor are you getting ahead on rent. See? But it's just funny how these little language quips are put into finance, and how much meaning they could hold if you expand. If you expand beyond the status quo understanding of a word. Now, of course, I went a little bit beyond that. Okay, So, obviously, we're getting ahead here. In a way, capital is also known as head, hence getting ahead. But what is the capital of, say, a nation? It's supposed to be the head, but also, in a way, it is the heart. Beyond that, what is a capital letter? It is the upper case letter, right? Big C, capital, we're talking up here. Little c, capital, we're talking the flesh vessel, right? So in the grand reality of things, the true capital, the uppercase capital, pertains to knowledge. Knowledge and how it's applied, right? Which is true knowledge, right? Base knowledge is one thing, we know this, right? That's just your potential, but what you do with it is what makes it actual kinetic energy, right? Remember, money's just a proxy for energy, resource, right? But so anyways, that's about it. Forget the little weird voice things, or don't. That's up to you. But it's been a little while since I've recorded anything. I haven't really wanted to be quite honest. There have been a few times where I wanted to, and then got distracted by, not chasing money all the damn time, and trying to hang out with people, and actually develop relationships with people and teach people things that are valuable, and at the same time be open to being taught some valuable things myself. Because as much as I may like to think that I know it all at times, I fall short daily, right? And yeah, that's about it. Thanks.